So these questions are important because you are living in the emotional legacy of those who've come before you, intentionally or not. And like there are different kinds of legacies, right? There's academic legacies, there's financial legacies, there can be welcoming and hospitality legacies, where you know what it's like to be in somebody's home, you know what to expect. And so we do the same thing with our emotions, and you can start paying attention to what has been passed on to you by reflecting on these questions. Uh, and so today we're talking about relationships, and a lot of times we think about relationships as an outward um, a thing, something where there's some energy without as well. But here's a grounding for our time together today. I want you to realize that you are your emotional home. You are the home for your emotions. And when we talk about healthy relationships, we have to also talk about the primary relationship that we have with ourselves, because that absolutely affects what happens in that outward facing energy too. You are the place where your emotions, where your inner life can dwell safely. Now, some of you, I might say that, and you're like, not really. And I appreciate you being able to be self-reflective about that. And it's okay if that doesn't feel like it's your truth right now. But I hope that I can help you decide how to move forward so that you can build a home where your emotions and your inner life have a safe place to dwell. So to do that, we're going to be exploring 5 elements, 1 foundational element, and 4 pillars that are grounded in that foundation. And as we do that, I want you to take notes on the pillars, these 4 pillars. Take notes on which one resonates with you. It's going to be important as we get into the practices later. So anything that piques your interest or feels like it's something that you want to know more about, just make a note of that as we move forward. The chat is open. But you can chat with us, or you can put your thoughts down in notes. Either one is fine. And we're going to go into the first element of our foundation, and that is dignity. And so at the Dignity Effect, the working definition that I use for dignity is the God-given intrinsic worth and value each being carries that cannot be taken away. And I want to really hone in on that intrinsic worth and value. This is important before you move forward, for you to get really grounded and be willing to really be open to this reality. So just like any foundation, I'm gonna lay this on a little thick. You have intrinsic worth and value, no matter what. No matter if you've never heard that before, no matter if you have trouble believing that, what I'm here to affirm to you is that it's true. It has always been true, and it will always be true. Your worthiness and your value, it's like tied up in your DNA, and it can't be separated from you and from who you are. There's nothing you can do to make it go away. There's nothing you can do to make it untrue. It is always true. And if we can start to settle into that, then as we move further into deeper relationship with ourselves and with others, that becomes the foundational way that we interact with the world. And it changes our relationships, often for the better. Not always easy, but very, 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 very beneficial for you and for those you're in relationship with. So remember, as we go through each step, that the foundation of all of this is that you have intrinsic worth and value that cannot be taken away. It's not going anywhere.